Right, Paul, you're back after the international break. Did you get up to anything much in the 2-week break?
No. Watched a few games, as you do, starting off probably at Tranmere against Macclesfield on the Friday, with the rest of the staff going into Saturday's games. Can't really grasp the international breaks, if I be truthful. I just think it's disruptive. Listen, I think when you get beat like we did at Preston, whatever coming after that's not going to be good, so it wasn't good, no.
I was going to mention that. Is it harder when is it sort of that defeat lingers for longer?
I think with football today and the way games get sort of dissected, I think the best thing about football, for example, when we got beat wherever it was on the Saturday and we come back and won on the Tuesday, you've got 2 or 3 days you're preparing. When there's a 2-week gap, you know, to say it's painful wouldn't be doing painful justice. You know, it's beyond painful. It's like a long, slow torture. But we've been through it. And thank God it's gone. Well, it hasn't gone, but we've now come out the darkness into the light, and we're looking forward to a nice, comfortable home win against West Brom.
What did the players make it? Did you send them off on holiday for a bit?
No, the players had a tougher time, you know, without going into depths of it. You know, it wasn't... You've got to be careful in football. Managers have to come out, and I've heard managers apologising to fans and all the different stuff that goes on. And sometimes I sit as a fan, I sit in between and think, why are managers apologising for what footballers do historically? Teams get beat. It's football. You have low points. For us, that was a low point. Then you come away from that and you think of how well your team's done and how well we've been playing. So while I wouldn't apologise for something, I'd be certainly as disgusted as them with the performance. I'd still be hurt from the performance. I'd still write a million adjectives that I'll agree with them. But apologising, in my opinion, is not the right one. Going away and wanting to rectify it. Going away and looking forward to possibly your next derby match, wherever that may be. You can say different ways. I think because nowadays we have to sort of satisfy fans' lust for blood, if you like, to say what... And that's not right with football. Supporting your team is tough at times. It can be painful. It can be a lot of things. But in Wigan, Sean, while I've been here as manager, we've had a lot of good days. And sometimes I think when you've had them good days, it's getting back on the horse, if you like, and going again. Staying grounded, what makes us good, what we're supposed to be about. Probably everything that we never showed at Preston. It's
been a pretty good season so far. Do you think that's just maybe a blip, a bump in the road?
No. This league is what it is. It is that competitive and tough. There's no blips and bumps in the road. There's massive hurdles to get over, and you've got to stay with it. You know, we're walking into a team tomorrow that is, in my opinion, right up there with the best in the league without any shadow of doubt. Have strength, experience, pace, energy, all the above. So we're now trying to rectify a problem against Preston, against possibly one of the, or if not, the best team in the league. And that's how difficult this league can get. But for us, it's about going into the game and reverting to type, what we're about. Why are we unbeaten at home? Why have we had so much success at the DW? Why have we done so well as a team? And it's about getting back to that. And then the result will take care of itself. I always say there's a way to lose a football game. Certainly for us, losing at Preston wasn't the way to lose a football game.
You are coming up against one of the favourites, like you say, but you have done well against the so-called bigger teams this season.
Just keep going. It's football. The games come thick and fast. You know, again, from Darren Moore's point of view, I think not only did he do a fantastic job at the end of the season, when they had a little unbeaten run, they had some fantastic results in there against big teams. They've started this season possibly a little bit slowly. I watched them at Notts Forest and they weren't the best team on the pitch on the night. But boy, have they picked it up. Have they picked it up, and they've picked it up to a level that's fantastically good for Darren and his staff and the players. They're a really strong side, they're a good side, they play good football and they're a threat. You've only got to look at the goals they score. They're a free scoring team. They're going to travel in large numbers, and for everything we wanted by getting in the Championship, I feel we're going to get tomorrow.
I was going to mention that they are scoring goals for fun. Is concentration key, especially at the back?
You trying to frighten me? You trying to frighten me? Rodriguez, Gale and Barnes does that enough for me without you trying to frighten me? No, it's what we're in the Championship for. You know, like I always say to people, you start in the season with a clear plan and what you want to do and what you want to achieve. For me as a manager, I think I'm that strong-minded that I stay on that. I'll never get carried away when results are going great and we're doing well. And I certainly won't be on the floor. Well, I won't be far from the floor, but I might be just on it quite yet when we get beat. I've got so much confidence and faith in this group of players, albeit we've ran into a lot of injuries and the excuses that I can roll off. It's not for me. We've got to turn up tomorrow wanting to win a game, with a game plan and a desire to win a football match against a very, very good team.
Team-wise, I know Nick Powell came off against Preston. How's he?
Well, I'm not going to go into it because, you know, I don't feel it's right that we just that. But we've got players missing tomorrow, yeah, for sure. We've got a couple of lads with longer term injuries now, which is very, very disappointing. But we put a team on the pitch, that's football. We're not going to make excuses, I'm not going to sign off for stuff up. We're going out tomorrow like we do 99.9% of the game to win the game and be aggressive with what we do and try and play. At some point, I'm sure West Brom will impose themselves on the game due to the calibre of player they've got. One thing I can hope for and advise is that you're going to see two teams trying to win a football game, that's for sure.